Aloha. My name is Malia Nobriga and I'm from the island of Kauai here in Hawaii, where it is home to the Kanaka Maoli, to the Native Hawaiians, and I wanted to share some of my mana'o, or my thoughts and feelings regarding WSIS and the upcoming review as we work towards 2015. And I was one of the first participants, or one of the participants and Indigenous participants at not only WSIS in 2003, but also the Global Forum on Indigenous Peoples and the Information Society, which was sponsored and where the United Nations Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues helped us to organize it. And looking back at some of our documents from that global forum, I was able to review and find some of our key principles and thoughts that I think are still true today for many of us as Indigenous peoples. And one of those being that at the heart of our vision of the Information Society is the respect for the dignity and human rights of Indigenous peoples, nations, and tribes, and that these rights must be affirmed. And they've already been affirmed with the passage of the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. And I think that should be many guiding principles that should guide the work of those of us that are involved in the Information Society. Also, as one of the outcomes from that global forum, we also shared in our declaration that in this context, the information and communications technology, or ICTs, should be used to support and encourage cultural diversity and to preserve and promote the languages, the distinct identities, and the traditional knowledge of Indigenous peoples and of our nations and tribes in a manner which is determined by the people and that best advances our goals, and that we have fundamental and collective rights to protect, preserve, and strengthen our own languages, our own cultures, and our own identities. And you know, here in Hawaii as well as in the Pacific, you know, there's many of us who are educators and advocates for Indigenous peoples, and we work with our youth and we work with our elders, and we found ways to give voice to our people as we use technology and we use media in our communities. And our organization and our group called Pacific Voices have been able to go into different classrooms throughout the Pacific to train our youth to use the media and to go into their community and to work with our elders and to interview them, to learn more about the traditional knowledge, whether it be about different farming methods, or it may be about fishing methods, you know, and different ways that our elders, our kupuna, used to do things when they were growing up. And the youth today are able to document that and to share those stories and to bring them back into the classroom and then share them with our younger youth, and to see how we can continue the traditions of our peoples, and to recognize that we are very diverse, and we are able to share these stories in our own languages and to honor those languages. I think these are all very important things for, I know for myself as a Native Hawaiian, and for many of my Indigenous brothers and sisters, and we're willing and as we say here in Hawaii, we're makokau. We're prepared to be an active participant, and we have been since the beginning, and we're willing to move forward and to holomua, to take another step forward each day. Mahalo and aloha.